Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of that Respect to Combat podcast. We are now at episode 236. I say this every week. I'm honestly pretty shocked that we've made it this far and we still aren't canceled, and there's still people that actually listen to us. How are you all doing today? It's been an eventful week, to say the least. Quite a lot happened this past week, but I have a bone to pick with my co-host here, so I'm just going to bring him right in. Don A's. What do you have against Danhausen?
Okay, just before...
Why did you not include the most important headline in today's mainstream highlights, sir? Why do you not like him? Are you trying to get us cursed?
Okay, so him not feeling the love from Sabrina Carpenter is more important than one of your main events for Mania getting shuffled at the last second, and oh my gosh.
Yes. It is much more important because very nice, very evil, big bags of money. Irving,
we're not
how
doing
you
this
today?
right now.
What?
How are you doing today, Irving?
I'm chilling.
Nice opening there.
I'm chilling.
I did realize, though, we do actually have some... What? Eric's what? What about Eric? What?
More uptight than me and over Danhausen, which I'm just like, ugh.
He's very nice, very evil.
We'll get to him in a minute, but
in 2 weeks,
we will get to him in a minute.
Changed their mind how they feel about him. It only took 2 weeks. Anyway, now today on Respect to Combat,
my thing with him is it's all good until the bell rings. It's all good until the bell rings.
No, even when the bell rings, it's still good. Now, I'm just going to do that so that we don't have to deal with that. On today's episode of Respect to Combat, we have the owner and promoter of Combat Cult Wrestling. He has been able to work with the likes of Thunder Rosa, James Blackheart, Serpentico, Commander, Willie Mack, Gravity, and very, very soon he will have the pleasure of getting to work with the one called Manders, Mr. Eddie Garza. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing all right. How you guys doing?
Really good, really good. Honestly, really happy to have you on here. Genuinely is. I'm sorry about the Danhausen hate that we have over here from, Mr. Don Hayes.
Blasphemous, intolerable.
It's completely blasphemous. He's trying to get us all cursed over here. It sucks. Yeah, you don't like him when you're on the end of the joke, huh?
Yeah, no, it's Danhausen, guys. I mean, did you not hear that thunderous applause on his WWE debut? I mean,
okay, that I have to admit was kind of laughable because he was getting boos. Because I'm not gonna lie, like I was even kind of upset when all of a sudden, like, he did the whole entrance and then it's just like, yeah, and then it goes dark and he's gone, and I'm like, that's it.
I found that entertaining, personally.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it was very entertaining to watch, but I'm like, come on.
I laughed
a little more.
I laughed, but then, like, at the same time, I was kind of like let down in a way because I was expecting something bigger to happen and whatnot. So
everybody was expecting Jericho, weren't they? They were just expecting Jericho
because I know Jericho is still on the contract with AEW.
I
know it wasn't going to be Jericho. I was expecting maybe Seth Rollins popping out of that box. Like, what I was picturing was the box just being there the whole entire time while the men's elimination chamber started. Then all of a sudden, Logan Paul is coming out, and before the match even started, fucking Seth Rollins taking out Logan Paul, just like Jake Cargill did with Naomi.
Yep.
I liked it.
So I think that or Jericho would have been better use of that box gimmick, because now it feels like he's in the same boat as not the Shockmaster, but definitely the Gobbledygooker.
I wouldn't put him down that low. I wouldn't put him down there. I mean, that's you, though. Apparently, you want to get cursed. But before the entire podcast gets cursed, let's move into these mainstream highlights.
If I do, we all do, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So shut up. I don't want us to get cursed. You saw what happened to Dominic in the original Grande Americano. I don't want to be the third. All right, this is the one time where I'm going to say the Miz was right. He knew what he was doing.
Smart man.
I actually missed that part. What happened to Ganda Americano?
He got jumped.
By who?
Well, you
it's-
can't
that's
say he
the part
got
we don't know.
jumped.
That's the part, unfortunately, we do not know.
It was off screen.
Eddie, seems like you got some fans here already. Troy Handsome, Rex Warren. Oh shit,
Hey.
famous Nacho Bros in the house. Hey, how's it going, Nacho Bros? And yes, we know, and it's all Donna's fault. We can blame Donna's for it. So moving into these mainstream highlights now, Cody Rhodes has officially won his third WWE Championship in 2 years. Did anyone seriously want to see this? Because like I'm not trying to be a hater, but I genuinely don't think that this was needed, because here's the thing. I understand why they did it, because they know Cody Rhodes is super over and they're kind of panicking right now because WrestleMania ticket sales aren't exactly doing the best. And with that being a thing, I mean, they're trying to get ticket sales up. So they're trying to have a more, what's the word I'm looking for? A more enticing card, I guess. And I don't think that was a good choice. And me personally, I don't think that was a good choice. Realistically speaking here, from a business standpoint, if you're wanting better ticket sales, it may have been a good idea to not run WrestleMania 2 years in a row in one of the most expensive cities to visit. You know the cheapest thing to buy in Las Vegas?
Yeah.
The weed.
Not the weed. The weed.
Fucking weed.
All right, so this is my opinion on that whole situation.
Hey, how's it going,
Yes.
Joseph? And Joseph saying, give a shout out to Eddie. And
Because
I wouldn't necessarily say WWE. Sorry, Irving. I don't mean to keep interrupting you. We got some comments here, and I'm trying to keep up because you always give me shit about it. And I wouldn't necessarily say WWE is dying, but they definitely need to get their heads out of their asses 100%, because there are certain things they're doing that does not make sense. D Vargas, I would have had an Armageddon Hell in a Cell with everyone at Mania. I see. That sounds like some good booking. And then also from Troy, the indies are hotter than the big shows at this point. You're 50-50. I'll be talking about this a little bit in the open discussion today. I know this isn't in here, but Donna's, I'm talking about it.
Yeah.
So with all that, Irving, go ahead.
Which I feel
so
like
this is my whole opinion regarding the whole situation and all that. I mean, as we all know, Drew McIntyre is leaving after WrestleMania to go make a movie. So, to be honest, it kind of does make sense in a way as to why he had to lose the title to Cody. Now, there's multiple ways that this could go. It could be either Jacob Fatu versus Drew at Mania, or they can either do a fatal four-way between Cody, Randy, Drew, and Jacob. So, because pretty much those four men have already been in this feud with Drew and Cody being involved and all that. So it would make sense if they do it a fatal four-way, possibly a five-way match if they have Sami Zayn or whoever, because Sami Zayn has been in that picture as well.
Yeah.
So, do I even care that Cody Rhodes won? To be honest, no, not really, because I mean, like, Drew was already getting kind of boring to me. You know,
Right.
Like, don't get me wrong, his first title run and all that was great, and even though it was during COVID and all that, it was great. But it kind of just fell stale after a while. Every time that he came out to attack either Cody or Jacob or whoever to try to, not defend the title against him. So
Right. Now, my only problem with it becoming a triple threat match is then that completely defeats the purpose of the Elimination Chamber.
But I mean, it has happened before though, so you can't.
No,
really...
I know it has happened before, and we've all bitched about it before. So that's why I'm saying, if we've bitched about it before, why do it again? Like, for a fact.
Right.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Mania 22.
Yes. Now, don't get me wrong. I completely understand that, it's up to them to do what they want, and they don't necessarily have to take our word for like the word of God. However, you want to make sure that your story makes sense, because if your story doesn't make sense, then it becomes difficult to resonate with your crowd. That's my thought on it. I mean, Eddie, what do you think?
I completely agree with what you're saying. It defeats the purpose of the elimination chamber. I mean, you had 6 guys go at it for the chance to, for number 1 contendership, and then you're gonna just throw somebody else in it. I guess they could make sense of it, being that, I mean, Drew could probably complain like, "Oh, I got screwed," and yeah, make it a 3-way. But I mean, I think there was better ways to. If you wanted to make a 3-way, there's better ways to do it.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, they did it, but I mean, they did it multiple times. This is not the first time. This is probably like the fourth or fifth time.
Don't care.
I think the first time it didn't happen with Daniel Bryan, where he had to face Randy Orton and Batista for the titles. And Batista was the one that won the Royal Rumble, and he should be the one.
Yeah, that was fan backlash, though. Yeah, I think that is a little bit more of a different situation.
Well, but it still happened, So
yeah,
and
just like
and in order, in my opinion, I think in order to in hopes that they can increase sales and whatnot, they have to do whatever they got to do, even if it doesn't make fans happy. Because I guarantee you, a lot of people will probably buy more tickets, in my opinion, if they see those 4 men go at it for the title.
Well, see that here's my argument on that well, my argument is that I don't think add anyone to that match. Leave it to OG Randy versus Cody. However, I say instead of having Randy run his heel, I say let's fucking turn Cody heel already, guys. Like, add on to the heat. People are already mad at the fact that you put the WWE title back on Cody. So now is the perfect fucking time to turn him heel.
Is it crazy to say? I think that's kind of where they're going already.
I genuinely hope so. I hope that's what ends up happening. I
think that's the direction they're already going. I want
to see babyface Randy versus heel Cody, and then let Randy get number 15 at WrestleMania. It'll be a whole big moment.
Because they did this whole... I do agree with you, because I want Randy to get number 15. I think they went about it the definite wrong way, and I agree with the fact we should have went with the 4-way, because
no 4-way.
You're just gonna hot potato the title anyway.
This is the way I will book it. This is the way I will book it.
Jacob and Drew have been intertwined.
No.
So Jacob and Drew have been intertwined story.
Yeah, but I don't see the point.
But then what do you do with them two going into Vegas, and Sammy as well? So the 3 of them that have been integral to the story are not even on the card? Or do you just have the number 1 contenders match be them 3 on the opposite night? For the winner of that 3-way gets the winner of Cody Randy. Because obviously have been craving that match for the longest.
This is the way I will book it. Make it a fatal 4-way between Jacob, Drew, Randy, and Cody. Have Randy Orton win. Then Cody gets a rematch with Randy at Backlash, where Cody turns heel.
That's what they should have done.
Because after WrestleMania, it's going to be Backlash, and I think that will be the best way to do it. And Backlash will be the great place for Cody to turn heel.
I don't know. I feel like it would work out better in their favor if they had. I feel like, here's my thought of how they should book it if they genuinely want to save WrestleMania and make it a show that people will want to see. I think they need to have Cody turn heel now and turn heel on Randy. make it heel Cody versus face Randy, and then have Randy go over on Cody at WrestleMania, because that would become a story that people would become interested in, because people have been dying for Homelander Cody for almost 2 years now.
Cody Lander.
I've been salivating
with that is hot potatoing the title. Hot potatoing the title, especially the World Championship.
Okay, that's on them because of the fact of how they booked it right now.
Well, but the thing about it is, people are already complaining at the fact that the title doesn't get defended as often either.
Right.
So they might as well just keep hot potatoing it, you know.
I mean, how long has Jade Cargill had the women's title now, and how many defenses has she had?
Oh my gosh!
Exactly. There's my point exactly. So I want to hear
once
potatoing. At least saying defend it.
So, you know, personally, I don't have a problem with the title changing hands and whatnot, as long as it gets defended. That's amazing.
Exactly. So, now, moving on before we fall down more with this, Jordynne Grace is now added on to the injury list, unfortunately, after an ankle injury that she suffered on Main Event against Alba Fire. She did have some WrestleMania plans scrapped. It was originally supposed to be, the original plan from reports was going to be Tiffany Stratton versus Julia versus Jordynne Grace for the WWE United States Women's title, which that has now unfortunately been scrapped due to Jordynne Grace now being injured.
Yeah. Like one leapfrog and she destroyed her ankle.
Unfortunately, yeah. Now, Finn Balor has also officially been kicked out of the Emo Kids Club. I mean, Judgment Day. Honestly, I saw this coming for the last few weeks. I genuinely did. It was very evident that Finn Balor was turning face. Now, let's just hope this doesn't turn into how they did it with Edge, and then, like, you know, he's feuding with them for like 6 to 8 months, and then finally moves on.
I don't know, and this is where things get very interesting, because you have Dom defending the AAA Mega Championship at Rey Reyes next weekend.
No, this weekend.
And it's win this weekend. So it's win or you're banned from AAA.
I can
what
see
they
Finn
could do is Finn screw him out of that. So I think we'll get our answer, because also it got brought up. I know you think I don't pay attention or care for his segments. He brought it up when he did that segment with The Miz. Danhausen is still a part of this story because he allegedly cursed Dom before the title match, and they're making that.
Oh yeah, we all know that.
So not allegedly, we all saw it.
So, oh yeah, true.
Why do you think
I think Don loses the title to Vikingo too.
Yeah. So it's just how they get the AAA Mega Championship off of Dom this weekend is going to determine how long or which direction they take it, because they have a lot of ways to do it other than just writing Finn off, and how long they write him off after multiple frog splashes with chairs and a 4-on-1 beatdown.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing. Like, how long are they writing Finn off for to sell what happened?
I could see it possibly leading to a WrestleMania match.
Yeah.
That's my take on it, is I could see it possibly leading to a WrestleMania match. Now, Ricky Sosa did make his TNA debut last weekend and made his TV debut last night on TNA Impact. I gotta admit that kid's good. He's gonna have a future in professional wrestling. Like he is so over right now.
A mix of Leon and Javon, which is crazy from Belgium. So
I'm almost curious. I'm
looking forward to it.
I'm almost curious how much what his booking rate is, seeing that he's going to be in America for a little bit. I'm kind of curious, Mr. Sosa.
I know why you're thinking that. Just do your due diligence and go off air with that. But yeah.
Yes, Mr. Sosa, if you would be interested in quite possibly, possibly doing some work with the National Wrestling Alliance, feel free to contact me and let me know. I know a guy. Now, moving on.
I mean, granted, here's the thing. You also have a certain email. So, yeah.
Right. No, I
also have a
yes.
certain.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, Stand and Deliver will be streaming on YouTube. It seems that the Peacock deal has expired with WWE. I knew this was coming. Now, just because they'll be streaming it on YouTube, this doesn't mean that, you'll have to buy any type of, premium plan or anything of that nature. It'll be streaming for free on YouTube. And to everyone wondering, oh, why are they doing? Yeah, you're making money. Yes, they are. You know how many fucking subscribers they got on their YouTube? They will make money every single time.
Yeah, that's going to be clicks.
They're not going to do anything if it doesn't make money.
Exactly. Now,
okay.
Nino Eddie, help me here.
Hamburguesa.
Nino I can't even fucking pronounce it. What Eddie said.
Listen. It's Nino Hamburguesa.
Hamburguesa.
There you go.
Okay, Nino Hamburguesa was fired from AAA and has officially been banned from working in AAA or CMLL after attacking a fan during a show. Really, the only thing I have to say on this is get fucked.
He's going to get hired by Alberto in the new company. So Alberto's also banned from AAA.
He'll be like, brother, you're banned from AAA? Yo, me too, brother. Come on, let's go. For the same reason.
We're not about to do that.
Yeah,
Entertain Del Rio getting...
I was going to say, wait a minute. Hold on. They might actually have, like,
I know it's the same reason, but we're not entertaining it.
Look, bro, like, people need to understand. You just can't.
But I think Alberto Del Rio was worse because he used to fucking care.
Yeah,
on an old lady.
Fan. But anyway, I mean, genuinely speaking, people need to understand that. I mean, wrestlers, I guess, need to understand that you cannot just randomly interact with the crowd and expect them to react the same way as one of the boys do. I can tell you right now from firsthand experience, that's not going to happen. About 99.9% of the time, their answer is going to be lawsuit. And the thing is that lawsuit doesn't come on you. It comes onto the promoter and the owner because that is their show, not yours. They just hired you as an independent contractor. So the fact that y'all think it's okay to basically just go into business for yourself and do some shady, stupid shit like that is blasphemy, in the words of Eddie, because it's just bullshit. Because like now you're costing that guy money. Now you're fucking yourself over because now you're making yourself look like a dickhead and no one's going to want to work with you. And it's just, I mean, dude, like I said before, get fucked. Like, people could say, oh, he was just playing around with them. He hit them multiple times with multiple back elbows to the face. That's not playing around. Like with the boys, like that's fucking around. But like a fan, like a legitimate fan, no. Like even if they're sitting there being all like, oh, come on, let me do something. No. Like you're not doing anything unless you're trained. And that's it. And even then, when you claim that you're trained, we got to make sure that you actually are trained.
Yeah.
There's so many of these fuckers over here that are fucking putting a ring in their goddamn backyard and then wrestling for a couple of months and are like, I'm a pro wrestler. Sorry, as you can see, I'm completely unfiltered and unhinged. Now,
like it like that.
Thea Hale vented her frustrations after lots of backlash from fans. Okay, well, I just went after the dumbass wrestlers. Now we're gonna go after the dumbass fans. Listen up, fucktards. Your opinion means nothing. This is something that no one's ever gonna tell you because your mother never told you when you were growing up that, you know, shit hurts. Not everyone wins all the goddamn time. Your opinion sometimes is wrong. And at times you just need to learn the art of shutting the fuck up. And this is one of those times. Now, mind you, was there a fuck up in her match with Blake Monroe that led to her getting the North American title? Yes. Did she attempt to make the best of it? Also, yes. Is there a point to any of you giving her the backlash that you're giving her? No. And this is all I'm going to say. Get in a fucking ring, try to do what she's doing for about 30 fucking seconds and let me know how it feels. Like, you know what? Not even that. Just go in a fucking ring and take a back bump. Just one back bump. Just one. Let me know if you can get back up afterwards. Because that's the thing that a lot of fans don't understand because none of you have seen a fucking ring get built. What's underneath the drapes and all that shit isn't padding, isn't springs. It's fucking 2x4s. Very, very big, very, very thick 2x4s. So that shit hurts. And then you're like, oh, well, why not just get rid of the 2x4? Guess what's fucktard? If you get rid of the 2x4s, then people are going to start sinking into the ring, and then they're just going to hit the metal. So please, for the love of God, if you don't know what you're talking about, just shut up. Stop giving an opinion. And also stop taking people's opinions out of context and fucking posting it online just to get a click. It's fucking stupid. Like,
look, I get the whole situation with Thea Hale and whatnot, you know, but at the same time, I mean, she's a young woman, she's only 22 years old and whatnot, you know. She got into the industry. She got into the industry very, very early in her career and whatnot. So I can understand her, you know, her being emotional about the backlash that she's getting and all that. But at the same time, it'll also take time for her to, you know, ignore that backlash that she's getting. You know, because again, she's young. She's not like most of these wrestlers that just don't give a fuck, or they'll, you know, come at you and insult you in the most horrible way, and then the fans get pissed off and be like, "Oh, you're so unprofessional," or whatever. You know, like for example, you know, I'm pretty sure EC3, you know, has insulted so many fans in the most horrible way. You know,
he told us
Dax and Cash Wheeler have done it too all over Twitter and shit, you know. So, but they're older guys. Yeah, hell, it's a young woman.
No,
so
I get that.
Eventually, you know, she'll have to understand that it's not gonna go away. This shit's gonna happen throughout her whole wrestling career.
Exactly.
You know, she just needs to, you know, be able to control her emotions and not let it get the best of it. And if she has to, you know, come at them and insult them, go ahead. You know, she's not gonna get fired for it because, you know, she's defending herself. You know, exactly. A lot of the wrestlers do it nowadays. So
I was gonna say, D here, he's got the same mindset. When I hear someone critique someone's wrestling ability, I tell them to take a bump. Exactly. Like if you're gonna critique someone's ability, go in the ring and take a fucking bump. And let me know how it goes. Let me know how you feel. And that also goes for all the people that are like, wrestling's fake. Go in the ring and take a fucking bump and let me know how you feel afterwards and let me know how fake it felt.
Mm-hmm.
And
Amen.
She worked for years as Nikita Knight before WWE. That's the other thing, is that she did actually work on the indies for a bit. She was even featured on AEW before she went to WWE NXT. I know this. But at the same time, she is still young. Like saying with the fact that you got all these fucking perverts that are like, yeah, things I would do if I got a hold of her. Oh, man.
Bro, they do it with fucking Izzy Moreno. And she just turned 18, I think, just recently.
She's 17, bro. Yeah.
17.
Bro, still, it's fucking disgusting. Like, There are so many pedophiles in this world. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
But it's just I don't understand
Next, let's
it.
just
Like,
move on from that before it gets creepy.
Yeah,
we're gonna talk about we're calling out the creeps today. Now because we're down this rabbit hole, I'm gonna call out the fucking creeps. Listen here, you fucking neckbeards. Stop fucking touching these females. Stop fucking trying to grope them. Stop thinking that you have any chance in hell with any of them when most of you weigh about 400 pounds, have a worse neck beard than I do, plus also about 3 chins on top of that, and you're still living in your mother's basement while she's making your Hot Pockets, pizza rolls, and whatever fucking other artificial flavoring snack you decide to like to eat. Okay? We got real men over here that got real jobs and like real meat. I like my steak medium rare because I'm a man. And I'm married.
I like that, man.
You see,
That's a good rant.
I am a respectful gentleman, and that is the reason why, unlike you turds, I'm able to have a hot goth mommy as a wife. So fuck all y'all.
And a man if you wanted to.
Wait, what'd you just say?
And a man if you wanted to.
Exactly. I could take your husband if I wanted to also. Anyway. False reports on Tyra May Steele.
I mean, he's going to get converted to the woman, so it don't matter.
Yeah, I'm not. Yo, hey, that's actually a flex nowadays. Just to say, I'm a, no, I'm not going into that. I'm not going into that because I don't want to get canceled. False reports on Tyra May Steele were being released yesterday were being released yesterday, stating that she was released by WWE via a tweet that she pushed out. Now, I saw the tweet. Y'all are dumb. That's all I gotta say about that is that y'all are fucking dumb. Because she literally said at the beginning of the fucking tweet, I had a dream. It was a fucking dream. And y'all thought because of a poll of where she's like, is this a dream or a nightmare? Y'all thought she got released. Are you really this fucking stupid?
It's the internet. So the answer is yeah. Yeah.
Like, how are you all this dumb? That is my question. How are you this dumb? Like, I'm gonna sound like that one African dude that's always here. Why are you dumb? Why are you stupid? Wait, what did D? Okay, we got another comment from D. That was the IWC in a nutshell. Taking what they see and not confirming information by doing research. She spoke of something that doesn't happen until August. Like, exactly. Like, everyone would rather misread something and then just be like, ooh, hot click, hot click, hot click.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking stupid. I mean, even I might get a little hate for saying this with Wrestling News Co., but fuck Wrestling News Co. I don't give a shit. They are the kings of it. They love to push out fucking false reports all the goddamn time. Even just recently, they pushed out a report about EC3 stating that he is quote unquote blackballed from from certain companies. And no, he's not. He didn't even say, he said that as a joke. He was joking. There's a reason why he laughed. If he didn't laugh and he went on a whole rant for like 2-3 minutes, that's how you know he's actually mad. And he's actually being serious. Like, you can't fucking tell a joke anymore. Like, everything is taken seriously now. I can sit here and say that I identify as a crispy McDonald's French fry, and there would be fucking reports about it.
We're gonna get to the reason why the whole. We're gonna get to the reason why the whole Tyra May Steele thing even popped up in a second when we talk about the Vengeance A/Evolve review and updates. But yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Next story. Let's just hop into.
Well, right before we hop into
Allie. No, we're still on the mainstream real quick before we hop into this 2K stuff.
No, I know. You're lagging a little bit, brother. Allie did.
But
Allie did make her return last night to TNA, quote unquote return. So correct me if I'm
from the dead, seemingly.
Correct me if I'm wrong here or not. So Rosemary has to complete the list in order to bring Allie back from the dead.
Yes, because in kayfabe, how they wrote her off, after she left for AEW, is Rosemary technically killed her.
See, I like that though.
Backstage vignette.
See, I actually like that though. Like, to me, that feels creative. Like, because it's like, okay, it's fucking wrestling. Let's be theatric a little bit. And it's like, instead of just being like, oh, she's back, like with no explanation, like they're adding a story to it. They're basically saying, okay, Rosemary, you got to do this, 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 and this in order to bring her back from the dead. And then boom, she's back in the cup. Like, that is, I love it. I love it. I genuinely, you know what? Bravo to TNA for that. That is a solid story.
Out of the box too.
Completely out of the box.
I love supernatural shit. Like The Undertaker was my
she
shit.
Had the blood around the neck. Oh yeah.
I love it.
She had blood around her neck is because Rosemary killed her by stabbing her in the neck.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I remember.
And that's how they wrote her off for AEW.
Right. D. Vargas, I identify as a combat cult member. Can't wait for the next show. Well, you don't have to wait too long. He's got a show this Sunday, sir.
Yes, I do.
Now, moving into 2K26. Yeah. Now I'll let you guys move into the 2K26 DLC update.
I wish Trico was on here, but oh boy, I can rant on this since the game is out now. This monstrosity of $150, it could easily go up to a $700 North USD investment, which don't get me started on that.
Oh boy.
And it's up to $700 because 2K implemented a battle pass. For those that wanted Joe Hendry on their game this year, if you didn't pre-order it, so sorry. Because the current NXT champion was the pre-order bonus. The current DLC pack, which is in the season 1 of the battle pass, is like Kingo, Mr. Iguana, Psycho Clown, and Flarmer. Then you've got the season 2, which is coming out in April, with all 3 members of Demolition and Kelly. That's in April. The WrestleMania 42 pack. Freaking summer 2026. June 2026 for season 3 with Cardona, La Parka, Brian Pillman, The Loose Canyon, and Tori Wilson. Season 4, July 2026. Lady Shanti, AAA, Jelly Roll, and the Hardys. Season 5 in September, Pagano, Brie Bella, Bam Bam Bigelow, and Danhausen. And then season 6 in October, Octagon Jr., The Natural Disasters, and Royce Keys. So imagine all that content coming out, but you could either pay as you go, and basically they're trying to get their retention numbers up on the games and also make up since, oh, hey, 2K, we're not going to be on last gen anymore, so we're going to find ways to make up. And here's the other half that can speak on this monstrosity, because even though I only paid for the Attitude Era edition, I still paid $130. Trigo, what's up? If you can hear us, he paid $150 for the Monday Night War edition. And yes, he gets all the content, but essentially could end up paying another $600 to skip tiers. Go ahead. We're talking about the 2 DLC right now, and I just went over all the prices and the packs.
I wasn't gonna pay another $600 for no skip no tiers. No, might as well just do it the hard way, like you used to do back in the day to unlock stuff. Might as well.
That's so stupid.
They didn't even hesitate to patch an exploit within 4 days. That just because people were not trying to, were trying to get the content they paid for frame 1. And 2K were like, yeah, we're going to patch an exploit that you guys were using and made marketable. So now you have to even boost up your ringside XP. You have to play every match for at least a minute instead of just, okay, click, pick Lesnar versus Bischoff, have him tap out in like 7 seconds, and spam that to level up 40 levels. Okay. What are we doing here?
Oh boy.
Your thoughts on the full thing? Because I could go all day.
Yeah,
and I do agree with IGN's rating of a 7 out of 10.
Yep, that is the most easiest way to skip all the tiers. Like just pick like the weakest superstar and then just beat them like so many times. And you have to do it for at least 2 hours. 2 hours.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man.
My God.
And that just turns a wrestling game into a grind-heavy exploit. Unless you want to go the money-hungry route and spend the extra $600. It's dumb.
That is very, very dumb. Now, last weekend we did have NXT Vengeance Day, and Tatum Paxley is now your new NXT Women's North American Champion after beating Izzy Dame for the title, which I think we all saw that coming.
Yeah.
And overall, I'd say it was a pretty enjoyable event. Like, it wasn't anything like, oh my God, like 5-star. But it was definitely enjoyable. I'll say that. There are certain things with WWE right now that I think could use some improvement, but we'll get on that in a little bit.
Also, that was the last NXT PLE to be on Peacock, so we don't know where Stand and Deliver is gonna air.
YouTube. You missed it. That's gonna be free on YouTube. They confirmed it.
I guess they're going the AAA route. They going.
Yep.
Yeah, they are. I mean, honestly, it's a smart move because they've gotten good numbers so far from AAA. So it's like, why not?
And speaking of why not, I don't know where this goes for the women's division going into Stand and Deliver, but you have Rin's challenging for the Speed title. You have the NXT Women's title triple threat, and then you have Izzy's rematch inside a steel cage for the North American title all on Tuesday. So I don't know where that leaves in like 3 weeks for Stand and Deliver.
Yeah.
It will be the 4th.
Yeah, that's a tight window because after Houston, they got 2 weeks, like 2.5 weeks to build the card, promote it, the whole nine. That's going to be rushed.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, that's going to be rushed.
Like, I get you want to make Houston a big show because it is Booker T Appreciation Night next week, but there were other ways to make that a big card than just have a lot of your title matches, stuff that would have been on Stand and Deliver, or at least the pre-show Stand and Deliver, about 3 weeks early.
Yep. And then
you want to touch on Evolve as well, because this just got messy.
Yeah.
This was
Yeah. So back on Wednesday night on Evolve, Timothy Thatcher was named the new Evolve general manager. He announced that with the call-ups of the Vanity Project and Kendall Gray, they will defend their championships over the next 2 weeks. And if they win, the titles will be vacated. Now, Kendall already defeated Tyra May Steele this past week and vacated the Evolve Women's Championship this past Tuesday. And next week, Jackson Drake will defend against Aaron Rourke. So, honestly, I felt like they should have put the title on Tyra May, but I'm not the booker.
Yeah, I do agree they should have put it on Tyra May. And just the whole timing of that dream made it so awkward.
Mm-hmm.
But I I'm surprised Kendall wasn't like fully caught up to NXT sooner.
Right.
That's my thing. And then I'm also shocked they didn't put the title on Cam Hendricks. But what do I know?
Right. Now, we also this weekend have AEW Revolution, which, by God, why the fuck are there 13 matches?
It's Tony Khan.
What do you expect? What do you
It's
expect?
Tony Khan.
Like, why would
Legit.
you ask that? Why would you ask that?
Okay. And here's the
Lucky we
even
don't have
dumber
14.
part. We don't have 14 because it's a 2 out of 3 falls match. Like the women's division is all screwed up over there because you have a 2 out of 3 falls match for the world title, women's world title, and then Willow is pulling double. Willow and Lena are both pulling double duty
Mhm.
with the TBS title being defended not on the main card but on the buy-in. Like what? Like I get you're trying to make the women's tag titles over there feel important, but you just had Willow be the one to beat Mercedes after her record-setting reign for the company. And now you're having that title being defended on the pre-show. For what reason does that make sense?
Here, I just have to do one gesture, and you know exactly why I'm saying that. In his mind, it makes sense.
No, don't do it. He freaking did it anyway.
Of course, I'm completely unhinged
Okay.
today.
I know.
I mean, seriously, let's go down this fucking card. We got a 21-man blackjack battle royal for the AEW National Championship. With why the fuck is there a blackjack battle royal now happening at just about every single fucking pay-per-view? I thought that was only going to be a thing for Double or Nothing because it actually makes sense because it's a fucking. It doesn't make fucking sense.
No, that even makes less sense because the national title, and I know you, Brian, Mike, and a bunch of others through the NWA are laughing at this, which I agree with the laughter, because why the hell is you introduce the national title, you bring Tommaso Ciampa in, and the importance of that title as far as AEW goes have plummeted so fast. Because how recent did they bring it in? Was it Full Gear or was it All In?
Full Gear.
Oh,
Okay.
jeez! So you haven't even had that title for 3 months, and you've relegated it to the pre-show. What? Not even a singles feud over the belt in another multi-man gauntlet on the pre-show. Someone tell me how that makes sense?
Because the AEW national title is basically the WWE 24/7 title. There we go.
No, the
Old statement.
24/7 title actually hot potatoed. This is just another thing on Ricochet to have him gloat.
The only thing I have
I
to say
will
about
go there.
the
I
only
know.
thing the only thing I'll say about Ricochet is bald.
I thought you were gonna slap him, but true.
Bald. D. Vargas, the more ridiculous, the more I love it. Oh, I will keep up with the ridiculousness, sir. I appreciate it. Now, going down this entire card, and now also as a third pre-show match, we of course have to have Big Boom AJ because boom with QT Marshall, Boom and Doom versus the Infantry because why the fuck not?
That's not on the pre-show.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, they changed it. Yeah, I was like, thank God, don't put that on the main card. Please.
Now, to go down the main card, we got Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, and Roderick Strong versus the Dogs. Why they couldn't be called the War Dogs, I don't know why. Then
New Japan.
They're partnered with New Japan.
Still.
Maybe because there's a war going on.
Yeah, that actually might be why they maybe didn't want to play into that.
Maybe.
Now, also in an AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship match, the Babes of Wrath will be taking on Megan Bayne and Lana Cross Oh shit, they are pulling double duty. All right, then in a singles match where everyone is banned from ringside, Timeless Tony Storm will take on Marina Shafir. And then in a trios match for the AEW World Trios Championship, we will see the Don Callis family, Kazuchika Okada, Kyle Fletcher, and Mark Davis take on Mystico and Jet Speed. Then in a 2 out of 3 falls match, we will see Thekla defend against Chris Statlander. Then in a singles match, Brody King versus Swerve Strickland, Andrade El Idolo versus Bandido, and in a no time limit match for the AEW Continental Championship, we will see Jon Moxley defend against Inosuke Takeshita. In a tag match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships, we will see FTR take on the Young Bucks for the umpteenth time. And then in a last chance Texas death match for the AEW World Championship, MJF will defend against Hangman Adam Page. And if Page loses, he will never be able to challenge for the AEW World Championship ever again.
The Cody stipulation.
How'd that work out for the last guy?
Very badly.
The Cody stipulation in a death match. Fun. And that's how you end it.
Fucking great. Now it'll be even worse is if they don't put him over.
Yeah. In his match with Cody's stipulation.
Oh,
Fun.
Yeah. Jeez. I don't understand Tony Khan's booking. I mean, I really don't. It is all over the place. I can tell just reading that card, it's going to be a fucking 6-hour show.
Yeah, I could have taken 3 matches off of that, and 3, maybe 4, and we could have been fine. But, oh hell, we need 14 matches. 13, 14 matches.
Why?
It's a long day as a fan. That is a long day.
I was going to say, by like by hour 3, I'm taking a nap.
Yeah. Have any of y'all been to an AEW event?
Yes,
Like,
I have.
They're fun, but Jesus, does that drain you? Because it's just nonstop action.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
No
it was
pun intended.
fun. It was fun back in the day, but now it's not fun anymore. It's not fun.
I think the older we get, it's just oh man.
It's not even that. It's more so just the amount of just how jam-packed everything is. Like,
Yeah.
I want to go to... Like, when can somebody go to the bathroom and not feel like they're missing 2-3 matches?
You can't.
Exactly. Little things like that go a long way, and not every match needs to be a 15-20 minute banger.
Yeah, no, it like I said, it's a fun experience, but yeah, like it by match 4, it's just like, man, when can I breathe? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But 13 matches, yeah, you're right. I mean, you could have taken 3 or 4 of those off, put them on, Saturday or wait till Wednesday. But you gotta have 13 matches.
Yeah.
Just
And with the fact, I would even say even more because you have a 2 out of 3 falls match and a last chance death match on here.
And then like a no time limit
5 of
one
these
too.
matches.
Let's just say hypothetically that no time limit one goes an hour
Yeah.
or even 30 minutes.
They are
like,
going past 30 with that one.
So why would you announce it's a no time limit if you're not going to go past 30?
Yeah.
it's going to go past 30. Now,
Yeah. With those 3 matches alone, MJF, Hangman, Takeshita, Mox, and the women's title 2 out of 3 falls match, just those 3 alone, I feel like that's going to be 2.5 to 3 hours right there.
3 hours. That's 3 hours.
yeah,
Yeah.
like that's just crazy. Now, Eddie, speaking about promoters, we got a few questions for you. Now,
Shoot.
I was curious, what is it that made you want to start Combat Cult Wrestling, and what was your inspiration behind the name?
So the inspiration behind Combat Cult, where we're from, the Rio Grande Valley, Texas, the wrestling, the indie wrestling scene, at least, it's been very, it's still like in very early developmental stages, if you will. Um, I think American wrestling down here is it's only been around maybe like the last 20 years or even less than that.
Okay.
When I saw what the products were at out here, I did see that there was kind of this need for something a little bit more edgy, something a little bit more on the extreme side. And not to say that we do anything like super crazy. We've had like one death match, but I saw that there was this need, this alternative need. So I said, why not fill it? A little bit of a background on me. I did a little bit of training with a local promotion out here for a couple years. Didn't really have the time to dedicate myself to actually becoming a pro wrestler. I know that that's one of those positions, or those, I mean, if you will, you can get, it's a job at the end of the day. Like, you got to dedicate time to it, and I just didn't have the time for it. But I knew I wanted to be involved. And while I was, under the learning tree at the previous promotion, that's also something that I saw that there was a need for some more creative direction. And that's kind of my specialty, is kind of being more of a creative type person. So I figured maybe the best way to do it is maybe become a promoter myself, book stuff. And I went and bought my ring around COVID time. Really, I was intending to use the ring to train. But that, like I said, that didn't really pan out the way I thought, and I had this vision. The way the name came about was pretty interesting. So a friend of mine and I, or two of my friends and I, were talking about Cobra Kai, and I'm sure you guys have seen Cobra Kai, whether you like it or not. It's another topic, but a friend of mine was talking about how Cobra Kai was a karate cult. And at that time, I was trying to, come up with names, brainstorm names. And when he said cult, I stopped and said, whoa, like, there's something there, something cult. And alliteration is just, I feel like alliteration is one of those things that will get catchy, in people's minds. So I was thinking, okay, what can go with, because I'm not going to do karate, so I'm not going to promote karate. Combat kind of just fit this general idea of wrestling and all types of different sports. My background also is a little bit in MMA. I trained, jiu-jitsu for about 14 years
Nice.
now. Yes. So I love grappling. I love all forms of combat. And I just thought, hey, you know what? Combat cult sounds pretty cool. What if we go with that? So I asked my friend, like, hey, because he's very heavily involved in like some of these ideas, even the logo. He designed the logo. So I'm like, hey, like, what do you think if I use the name Combat Cult for my promotion? And it stuck with him. He liked it. I thought it would stick in people's heads. So I went with Combat Cult, had him design the logo, and took off from there. But yeah, when I came up with the concept of Combat Cult, I really wanted something that would kind of stick out. I've seen promotions come, like, if you guys are familiar with Blackcraft Cult Wrestling, back in, it had to be like pre-COVID. I thought their concept was really cool. I've seen, like, there's a video, you can probably find it online, of like the rise and fall of Blackcraft Cult. I thought it was a really cool concept. If you look at promotions, like GCW, hell, even ECW, they were very against the mold. WCW, WWE were, the big thing at the time, but ECW was really this alternate form of wrestling, and it caught on. And even WCW and WWE would start taking things from them, and it gave birth to the Attitude Era. But if you ever stop and listen to a lot of like the wrestlers or fans from back in the day, they'll say ECW was, God's gift to Earth. So
Right.
that was one of the inspirations. And then Lucha Underground was also is also one of those things that really inspired me, because it really did have a different feel to it too. It was very. I mean, you guys must have seen it. It's cinematic. It's very different from what you were seeing at the time, especially like with WWE. It was very polished, very cookie cutter. At the time, the storylines were just kind of like, eh. And Lucha Underground had that very story driven. Very how do you say it? It was very story driven. It was just a different product. So all of these things kind of inspired me to create this little promotion and grow it to where it's at. We're still very early in our promotion. We're going on year 4 now. Our 4th-year anniversary will be October. So we're still, we're growing, and my vision isn't exactly where I want it just yet, but we're inching that way, and I'm pretty excited to see what 2026 has in store, and the next, where we'll be the next 4 or 5 years.
Right. Hell yeah. And then we also have Charlie down here that says, and you're consistent. So I'm guessing when he says, and you're consistent, that means you are consistently putting on a good product.
Yes. So I really want to focus, especially down here, on the quality of the matches, the quality of the production. We don't do weekly shows. I think that's a super difficult task to make happen. Weekly shows is, I mean, we complain about WWE. Yeah, like their stories are kind of goofy sometimes, and you question it. But it's got to be very, very difficult to, on a consistent basis, for week to week, make these stories and have these consistent matches, and now have to worry about injuries and whatnot. So that's got to be a very difficult task, even at their level. But yeah, we try to run every 6 to 8 weeks, really give it time. I try to contract talent from all over Texas, and now we're starting to even dabble in people from out of town, like one called Manders, out of state. I'm sorry. So when you look at what the Rio Grande Valley has, we have a good pool of talent that you may have not even heard of. I think the only person that's really come out of the Rio Grande Valley is maybe Raquel and Roxanne from Laredo. And there's some other ones making splashes, that have been around the valley, but nobody really out of the valley has really hit, except for those two. So when you look at the talent we have down here, it's amazing, but we don't really have that scene. If you look at Texas independent wrestling, the really big scenes right now are like San Antonio, Austin, Houston, Dallas. You got a little bit of stuff going on in West Texas, but the Rio Grande Valley itself it's still very hidden. It's very unrecognized, if you will. So I really wanted to do something that would give these local talents a platform, and what better way to book them against some people who are making splashes all over Texas. And luckily we've been able to get a really good talent pool. There's names like Brick Savage that we've been able to work with. Brick has been on Ring of Honor, AEW. We've had you made a list of people we worked with before. That was our first show at the historic CNL Ray in February of 2024, I believe. We had Serpentico, we had Gravity, Commander. The main event had Thunder Rosa. On that particular event, we partnered with another promotion, and it was a very successful event. We were piggybacking off of AEW being in town. They were in Edinburgh, Texas. So, we had a good talent pool, and it was just a phenomenal event on that one. And we've been able to stay consistent since then. Like I mentioned, we focus on the quality of the shows. I think we've, anybody who's attended our events can say that, we can get pretty wild. It can get pretty crazy out there, but it's just a ton of fun being at. And I'm not saying it just as the promoter. I can see the crowd, I can see the reactions, and we've been able to maintain a pretty good fan base.
Hell yeah. No, that's always a good thing. Now, you currently are finishing up school to be an accountant. I remember we were talking about this the other day. How
Yes. Yeah.
would you say this additional knowledge helps you with running Combat Cult?
So I wish I could say budgeting would be a lot easier, but as a promoter, the budget just gets blown up sometimes. Not anything too crazy, but budgeting is one of those things that I'll set a budget and then I'll go over it a couple $100 or whatever. But um, it's been very interesting to be able to see this as a business rather than being just a fan who. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry. My audio kind of went down, but yeah, no, it's been interesting to see this more from the business side, business aspect rather than just a fan who bought his ring and started a promotion. I will admit the first year I didn't really have a grasp of the business aspect of it. I was barely starting, business school. But when the further I went into my education, I started to apply these techniques that we're learning in class and whatnot, whether
Right.
that be marketing, in accounting. So I started using some of this, and it's really allowed me to successfully run this promotion, and not just be in the red all the time and just kind of just throw money away. Um, of course, you are going to take your losses. Sometimes events don't go the way you thought they were going to go, but you're able to kind of rebound from that, learn from it too, and
Right.
move forward. So again, we hear it all the time. Money marks or income tax promoters. You just get a bunch of money and you throw it to a show, and those type of events. I mean, while they might be successful at the time, they're not going to last. Your income tax can only last you so long. Um, so you got to really focus on the business aspect if you want something to be, if you want the longevity, if you want to stay consistent, you got to treat this as a business. And I think that goes also for wrestlers. Like, you got to, if you're a wrestler, you need to treat this as a business rather than just a hobby. If you want to be successful, if you want to go the distance, you want to
Right.
make it to the big show, you got to treat this as a business. Because if you look at the two most successful promotions, which are or any of the big promotions, you don't really, but WWE is probably the main one where we all talk about they're money hungry. They just want to make money. Well, yeah, at the end of the day, this is a business. And
Right.
if you're not making dollars, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So,
No, that
but,
makes complete sense. Now,
but yes.
now you have also gone to, like you said, you've gotten the opportunity to work with a lot of big name indie stars since you started this promotion. Who would you say stood out to you the most?
Um, ooh, good one. Working with Thunder Rosa was really cool. Thunder had worked here in the McAllen, Texas area, before she got to the position that she's in.
Right.
So she already kind of had a history out here. Getting to speak with Thunder, I got to kind of chat with her before we actually had our show.
Oh
She's
yeah.
very passionate about wrestling. She's very passionate about the industry, about her craft. I think she was really cool to work with. Who's another good one? We did actually work with Brian Keith before he signed with AEW, or actually he had just signed his contract with AEW. They had offered it to him, so we worked with him. I think he was really cool to work with. Yeah, we didn't get to chop it up that much, but the little bit that we did was really cool. He had a really good match with one of our local wrestlers, Pete Payne. So those are two of the names that I can think stand out to me right now.
Yeah, no, I mean that definitely I would say is something that would stand out. Now,
Mhm.
speaking about standing out, how would you say Combat Cult Wrestling stands out from other independent wrestling promotions in the state of Texas?
So if you look at our branding, I think it's not very. cookie cutter either, if you will. I think just the name itself might perk up a couple ears.
Okay.
What is combat cult? Cult is kind of one of those words where you think, druids and ceremonies and sacrifices and whatnot. You look at the logo; it's also not what you would think is a wrestling logo.
No.
I mean, you might see the little wrestling ring in here, so the logo itself might intrigue you. So just our branding, I think, kind of sticks out. Like I said, I kind of take a heavy inspiration behind companies like ECW, Lucha Underground. I wanted that real gritty type of look, that feel that's not polished. It doesn't feel like a sporting event. It feels more like maybe like a concert, or one of those kind of underground type events. So, like I said, I think our branding is very unique, if you will.
Yeah. No, I would definitely agree with that. Now, our final question. This is usually one that I always like to ask. You just got done with Last Call Chaos Sunday night. Everything's broken down. You're starving. Where are you going to stop for a bite to eat?
Whataburger. It's always Whataburger. I don't know if you guys ever been to Texas. It's one of those Texas chains. Whataburger is my go-to every time. And there's been events where I do not eat all day.
Right.
So I will pull up to Whataburger at midnight. I will order a number 2 cheese with grilled onions, grilled jalapenos, and toasted buns. That's my order every time.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a solid order right there.
So
now for our open discussion topic this week, it's on Levon Bell. I didn't even realize that man was still relevant. He made some controversial comments this week talking about that wrestlers are not real athletes, to then only retract his statement while calling out Logan Paul. So here's something I'm going to outright say, because I'm really sick and tired of people fucking saying this. It's really, really, really getting old. Wrestlers are fucking athletes. They are real athletes. They have to keep themselves in tip-top shape on a regular fucking basis. Yes, the matches are scripted. Yes, they are being told who's going over. But that doesn't mean that they don't have to be on dietary plans or, fitness plans or anything of that nature, because they have to remain TV ready. They have to look a particular way if they want to get signed, because that's just how the business works. And the fact that this numbskull over here decided to state that wrestlers are not real athletes just shows me how uneducated he is on professional wrestling. And that's usually the types of people that try to say that wrestlers aren't real athletes, or, oh, all this is fake. It's the people that aren't educated on it. And honestly, there's a lot of uneducated people in the world nowadays that just spew hate without knowing what the fuck it is they're talking about at all, and just to sound cool. And I genuinely think that this was more so a cry for help, because Levon Ball knows that he's fallen off and he probably needed something to get viral so that then he can make some money. And, I'll say the same thing I say to everybody: learn a skill, go do something, work a 9 to 5, get a fucking paycheck like the rest of us have to. I don't understand why people feel the need to do this. I really don't. And then also on top of that, Levon Bell, go into a ring and take a bump. Not a WWE ring, an indie ring. Go in an indie ring and take a bump.
Yeah. It's definitely not easy on the body. I think even hitting the ropes, those things aren't, they're not rubber bands. Those things can put a little bit of a bruise on your back. Le'Veon Bell is an athlete too. He played football for X amount of years. But to say that professional wrestlers aren't athletes, that's preposterous, if you will. I think they're some of the hardest working athletes, because there's nonstop. There's no off season. And if you if you take time off, it's detrimental to your career too, because it's like if you're out of sight, you're out of mind. So you lose value by not being seen, by not being active. So, I think wrestlers have it really tough. Now, if you want to say, hey, our wrestlers aren't real fighters. They're not, combat athletes or whatever. Okay, maybe you might have a point there, because maybe it's not all of them can throw hands. We have heard, stories of some of these wrestlers who are legit tough guys. And then you do have your Brock Lesnar's of the world, your Kurt Angles of the world, who can, actually wrestle, who can actually fight, who have been successful in like the UFC or any type of MMA promotions. Those, but even MMA fighters, I believe it was King Mo. I can't remember his last name. He was a fighter for Bellator back in the day. He jumped in a TNA ring, and he said it was one of the hardest things he ever had to do, even more so than MMA, because it's just one of those. It's taxing on the body. It's nonstop cardio, and if you got to do that, 52 days a year or more than that, sometimes I know back in the day it was like you worked 300 days out of 356 or 65. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
That's really taxing on the body. So,
100%.
like I said, there's no off season in this. So, to say they're not, to say pro wrestlers are not athletes, crazy talk.
Very crazy.
You want to question their fighting ability? Okay, by all means, jump in a ring with them and try to fight them, right? But now calling out Logan Paul, I mean, whether you like him in wrestling or don't, the fact remains the man has a big fan base. And not only has he been successful in, the WWE, but the man has boxed. He's been in a boxing ring. And that's another thing you might want to debate, whether it was, a good boxing fight or not. But he's been there. I believe he even wrestled, like he was a pretty good wrestler, like in high school or whatnot. So, correct me if I'm wrong. But
yeah,
but it's, to me, at the end of the day, it's clout chasing. It is something to, just try to get out there and, maybe stir something. WrestleMania is around the corner. Maybe he's looking for a WrestleMania paycheck. I don't know. I know Logan Paul and Tom Brady had some words on that as well. Now, I don't know where Tom Brady fits in all of this. If the WWE were to be like, hey, let's bring Tom Brady in for something, I don't know if that's where it was going or if that was it was meant for, but
Logan actually did like an interview. I think the Tom Brady stuff came about was like the WWE superstars randomly got asked a .com question of one wrestler they would love to step in the ring across from, and Tom Brady's name came up through Logan, so that's probably where it started. But I don't think they went any further than that.
I don't think they have a full-on match. Yeah, to have a full-on match with Tom Brady, even at his age, it's kind of crazy.
Oh yeah.
We've seen celebrities get involved in match. Snoop Dogg had a whole WrestleMania match, if you will. We've
actually
seen the likes of like
Shane Squads.
That's right, Shane Squads.
Yeah,
forgot about that. We've seen celebrities get involved in different ways. Even like Hugh Jackman has gotten involved with just that little. Maybe that was something that they were planning or are planning. To have Tom Brady screw over Logan Paul. Did Rob Gronkowski? Correct me if I'm wrong. Did he get involved in a match as well? One Mania.
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And so they had him jump off. It was during the pandemic, and they had him jump off a platform randomly.
Yeah.
After
that's right.
Vince, he who shall not be named, showed him how to jump off that platform.
He also got involved in the ladder match. I think it was to help. No, it was at the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal to help.
Yes.
Mojo Rawley
to screw over gender.
That's right.
I think they wanted to run that singles match, Gronk versus Gender.
Wouldn't surprise me at all. Now, to hop into the final topic for today's episode, we go into the Indieverse, which, to start off, we do congratulate Alex Windsor on becoming the new New Japan Strong Women's Champion. Jimmy House was ID'd at the Rhodes Cup over the weekend. Nikki Blackheart has reportedly signed with WWE. I believe that actually is a thing. From what I've been reading, I've actually seen confirmations that she's been signed. It wouldn't surprise me. She's an amazing talent, genuinely is.
That is another protege through the Lodestone program that got signed.
Yeah.
Which is a big look for Bayley.
Yes. And Persephone defeated Mercedes Moné last weekend for the CMLL World Women's Championship. And Swan, that's just their name, Swan.
Yep,
Swan
that is her name.
Defeated Mercedes Moné last weekend for the Bestia Women's Championship. So it seems like all those belts are finally going bye-bye.
Well, she's down to 7.
Yeah, she is. Now, this week...
Granted, she just gained more Jigglypuffs, which she had been hunting for.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Now, we
do
have...
in that game.
Now, we do have a few shows going on this weekend as well. We have Awesome Championship Wrestling Aftershock happening tomorrow night. The ACW Heavyweight Championship will be on the line in a triple threat match as ACW champion Richard Holiday will be defending against the TNA World Champion Mike Santana and the NLW World Champion Killer Cross. I'm honestly debating about getting my subscription back just so I could watch that show. And if that main event is not convincing enough to watch it, here's the rest of the card. We have for the ACW National Championship, Zach Clayton will be defending against NWA's Wrecking Ball Legacy.
Is Zach Clayton from the Jersey Shore?
Huh?
Zach Clayton.
Yeah, and Wrecking Ball Legacy's gonna fucking throw around his meathead ass like a fucking rag doll. Anyway. Also, for the ACW Women's Championship in a triple threat match, we will see Indy Hartwell defend against J-Rod, a.k.a. Jessica Roden from American Gladiators, versus Steph DeLander. This will be Steph DeLander's first match back in a very long time, which I'm very intrigued to watch. Then, in a fatal four-way for the ACW Tag Team Championships, we will see the Now defend against the Hardys, the Righteous, and Sent to Slaughter. Then in a singles match, most likely because EC3 did not want to drop all that weight, which, I mean, I don't blame him. It would be a lot. The CMLL World Historic Middleweight Champion Flip Gordon will be taking on the top 1% EC3. Then in 6-man Cruiserweight Carnage, we will see Jordan Oliver take on GKM, taking on Sidney Akeem, taking on Leo Sparrow, taking on Anthony Green, taking on Liamo. That's going to be some fun shit. It's on tomorrow night on Trailer TV. Like I said, I'm probably going to end up buying it. I'm probably going to end up buying a subscription again just so I can watch it. Then we also have GCW Ashes to Ashes, which will be Marco Stunt's farewell to professional wrestling. And we also will be having on Sunday night GCW So Much Fun 2026. We'll be having a career versus title shot, Matt Tremont versus Christian Napier. If Matt Tremont gets the win, he gets a title shot against Otis Koger for the Ultraviolent Championship. If he loses his career in GCW. Now, also for the JCW title, we will see Charles Mason defense against Teriyaki. Teriyaki is his name? What
you wrote it.
Whatever. Then for the GCW tag titles, we will see Busta in the Brain versus Ruckus and Freeze. And also on the card, we will be seeing Bear Bronson versus Beastman, which should be a very good match. And that's all, folks. We gotta get some plugs out. Mr. Eddie Garza, anything you would like to plug?
Oh yeah, we do have our Last Call Chaos event coming up Sunday here in Westlaco, Texas, down here in the South. April 12th, we'll be having our event at the historic Casino El Rey. It's a beautiful venue. It's historic for a variety of reasons, but particularly in indie wrestling for our region. We'll have, like I said, it's Arcana. It's one of our yearly events. We're gonna have a 13-man battle royal. We also have one called Manders coming down to challenge for the Combat Cult Absolute Championship, being held by Brick Savage. I think that match is going to be one to watch. If you're not able to catch it live, we will have all of our matches on YouTube. They'll be uploaded, shortly after the event. That's going to be one you want to watch. I know those two are heavy hitters. Brick has held that championship for well over 400 days. But who's to say Manders doesn't come and take it? Now I hope Brick's not listening to me, because Brick has been known to have a short fuse. He yelled at me a couple of times. Has gotten some other promoters. So hope Brick isn't listening. But like I said, it's gonna be a great event. If you can catch it live, come out here. It's fun event. If you can't, check out our YouTube channel. We have all of our matches that we've had, uploaded there. We try to focus on quality audio and video, so you guys should be able to enjoy the matches in their full extent. We have an awesome commentary team, head by D Vargas, who was commenting earlier, and Chris Ponce. You can catch them. They're very knowledgeable. They're super funny. So it's watching it live it's a lot of fun, but also watching it on YouTube it's got its own perks to it. So,
of course, I could only imagine. So is it going to be? So it will be live on YouTube on Sunday?
Well, no, we do everything post production. Everything post production. We are hoping to get our lives going on pretty soon. We're still trying to work out the kinks and all that, but as of now, everything is just uploaded onto YouTube post show.
Okay. No, definitely. Let me know once you guys upload it. I'll definitely have to watch it.
We'll do.
Yeah. And with all that being said, next week, me and Danez will not be on, as I will be out in Cleveland for Exodus Pro Wrestling Hold the Line. If you haven't already, go to exoprowrestling.com, buy your tickets. Also, if you're in Forney, Texas, go check out the 2026 Crockett Cup. Tickets are on sale right now at nwaliveevents.com. They're going quick. Buy them soon. They're only $19.95. Name the last time a fucking promoter didn't actually rip your ass off on a goddamn ticket. So, with that being said, also, if you haven't already, go over to nwamerch.shop and buy some of that merch. All right? Buy all that merch. Buy a hat. Buy a shirt. Buy a beanie. Buy a fucking pin. I don't give a shit. Just buy something. Go over there and buy something. Go over there and buy some shit. Danez, anything you want to plug?
Do you want to tell them about Mother's Day weekend, or you want to wait?
We'll wait, because nothing's set in stone yet.
All right, but
Irving, anything you want to plug?
You on next week?
Oh, I was surprised you didn't yell at people to get off your lawn.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's you, Monkey, and Trico next week.
Next week it will be Irving, Trico, and Monkey running the podcast. So y'all have fun. But with all that, guys, we will see you all next week. Well, I won't, but they will.
Yeah, we'll see.